I don't know how that all works, but whatever water comes that way, it has to hit me last. And I've told Ron this, I've told Dirk this, and the neighbor actually ran a line, Dirk's property, on the back. He literally dug a trench and put plastic pipe to help his sunk pump, but he has access to the creek in the back. He has access to that. I don't have no access to any drains at all, other than the neighbors. He put a new, what do you call it, a drop box or concrete drop to where the water runs off and goes in it, and it goes in I think a 15-inch pipe that goes to the actual river or the creek. He's got that there. That helps me a little bit, but what I saw Monday, it went past that. It literally went over that and filled his yard up. So I'm only guessing that somewhere somebody's either got a water came up through the ground on the far end or something, because, man, that's a lot of water. I got pictures of all of it. I mean, I'm talking water. I've got water probably from me to you to that, from me to that wall, passage that's flowing big enough to put a john boat in. That will move that john boat. That's how much water I have.
And it sounds like there is a problem ongoing out there, and certainly it was aggravated by the amount of rainfall that
we had a lot. I don't doubt it.
And but I'm not disputing that. Even with that aside, I mean, we were told, and we've heard from neighbors out there, that there are issues even with rains that aren't 100-year events, that there's water. And this is all surface. This is all surface water that then flows to the. Are you on the ditch that's in the front of your you have a ditch in the front of your property?
Yeah, that don't do too well.
Okay, and that's what we were told.
Because across the street, that runs so heavy, it basically clogs them drains that shoot across the road. It fills them up so high that water just stays in that. Mine's a weird ditch. Mine's the one that I've got one just on my property, and then you've got that curvature ditch that has the concrete bevel that goes from line to line, which goes into Ron's property and all that. But I've also got one that literally is like a hole, and then it goes underneath the road. It doesn't really have any concrete or nothing.
Is that between the two driveways?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my house.
Okay.
That just stays full until the water slows down. It can't do nothing. But like I said, I don't think it was all wrong. I think they did a good job doing that road. I just think they didn't think about all the aspects of what can happen with more water in the long run of the properties. I'm worried now because it'll sink my house. My house will become a sinkhole, and I'm really worried about that because it goes through my concrete wall, and that tells me there's no dirt there. So it's pushing its way through. And you know, it's just block, it's a crawl space, and then it goes into a sunk punk pit, and that's what it goes right through the block.
But Monday was not the first time you've had water in your crawl space?
I've had it about 10 years ago. We had one bad flood.
But not in the past 10 years, this was the first time?
No, it's been fine. We've been good. It's just the yard, and it stays in the travel passageway. It's been doing really good. But this last one even went in the pole barn. I mean, it literally went through my pole barn, a 27 by 40. It went right across, went through the walls, right in the pole barn, and out the front. So I'm only guessing if there was a way. I can't mess with the travel. That's my problem. I can't do nothing because there's a lot involved in that. There's, you know, you got your finger system, you got everything out there. And I'm just like really freaking out because that's a lot of water, and I just don't know what to do. And it happened to me Monday. I was out there, and the neighbor, you know, Dirk's wife came out. She says, she goes, you got flooded down there again? And that was about 10 years ago. Ron had told him about it. And she said, you're going to be able to get all that out? Because she saw me with a 5-gallon bucket. I was trying to catch up you know, because it was filling too fast for me. And finally, I got it under control. And that's what helped, you know, running another pump. But like I said, Crawl Space Doctors has been out there once before. Tippecanoe County Electric Company, Tipmont. They popped a line, that same clay tile. They hit a line between the two driveways from the house to the pole barn driveway. They broke it, and I found out that was one of the little floods that they did, which didn't hurt a lot, but they had to fix everything. They had to pay for a cross-page doctor. They had to pay for everything. It used to be clean down there. But, like I said, that scenario happened too for me. I've had bad luck with this. But, like I said, that got fixed. Now we got this going on, and now I've got sinkage again. So that's why I showed up today. It was just like, man, I don't know how much I can handle on this stuff.
Well, Dirk was here at last month's meeting, and he requested that we reach out to NDOT and do a site meeting. So we heard back from NDOT, and it looks like that meeting's going to be set up for the 22nd, which is a week from tomorrow. I don't have an exact time yet, but it'll be in the afternoon. I don't know if it'd be possible for you to be on site too.
I can make arrangements. I just tell work I gotta do, and they just let me go.
If you can leave me your email address, I will.
It's easy.
Okay, I don't. Brenda, could you write down his email address? I didn't bring any paper in.
Yeah, it's real easy. CLLAWSON69@yahoo.com.
But I'll email you then and let you know the exact time that we'll be on site.
That sounds wonderful.
Okay.
That sounds wonderful. Like I said, after Monday, that was the end of my straw. I couldn't do it no more. Because this is, you know, like me, I've had that's been 3 times, 10 years ago, and then Tipmont, and now, that's like, man, that's a lot of water down the foundation of the house. I'm worried. I'm just worried I've seen little cracks. I'm not worried about them as much as if that crack gets a lot bigger.
Yeah.
I could raise the house, that ain't no problem, but that dirt's gonna keep disappearing, and I'm not gonna have no way to put it in.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of worried about, if this keeps happening. But like I said, I appreciate your time.
Okay. Well,
That was all I needed.
May I ask one question? The water you're talking about, was it blowing up from the tile or was it coming across the surface?
It was coming through that tile, it had to have been coming through that tile.
Yeah, so it wasn't traveling across the surface to your house, it was blowing from the
No,
tile?
that across the house hit the pole barn. That literally filled,
Okay. But that was surface water?
that was surface water.
Okay. And then in your crawl space, it was blowing up from the
That
tile?
was coming up.
Okay.
With all the water that comes off their properties,
Yep.
goes through that clay tile. You can
Yep.
see in their yards.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can see the little drainage
Yep.
things that pop up.
Absolutely.
That's what goes in, that's
Yeah.
what goes through the
So you
clay
had
tile.
both occurred. Did you happen to take any photos? Out of
No,
curiosity?
mine-
If you guys are gonna talk more, can you press the
Oh,
button?
I'm sorry,
there?
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Oh, you just, no, you don't have to hold it down. You just let go.
Oh, it stays on. I was sitting there holding it all that time.
No,
Now,
I'm just asking if you took any
yes,
photos.
I've got
If you-
pictures of
okay.
everything around my yard and the
If you-
travel.
Yeah, if you could email them to me, I would appreciate it, that way I can look at it, because I'm.
Okay, no,
I
I'm
intend
good.
on or hope to attend the meeting.
So I can
much
get your
more
card
quickly.
with your email address
Oh,
or something?
absolutely, yeah, Brenda has it, just stop by my office, yeah.
Great, great. Yeah, no, I'll give you anything you want. I can show you all kinds of stuff. We literally stand out there and videotape them. We take pictures of all the crawl space. I literally was that far from the bottom of my frame rails. My wood frame that goes underneath the house, the whole suspension area. That's how much water I had. And I can literally step in my sunk pump down in my pit, and my roof's still up here. And I was that far from my floor. It was just water, the whole crawl space, everything was underwater. I didn't know it until I heard a noise. I didn't know what it was, and stuff was started floating in there and moving around. And I went out there and just, you can imagine your experience when you look at that. But
That's a lot of pumps.
that's a lot of pumps. My pumps, my lines I run are that big around, and they were literally shooting straight out. I've got a picture of that too. That's a lot of water. But, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to figure if there's any help or, I mean, I would even help, you know, just so we could fix this. I would love to have a safe place to live and, you know, retire and not have to worry about my house falling off, going in a sinkhole.
Well, we'll be out. And
Okay.
again,
Yeah,
it'd
if
be great-
I'm
be
ever
great to
home,
have
you
those
guys can
videos.
come and look and I can show you everything. But yeah, I'm good with that.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
You're very welcome. Anything else? Okay. We are